Okay, so we're on Insight 86. If you are sexually aroused, it is good to be honest with yourself in the midst of arousal and notice within your own mind why you seem to be attracted to breasts. See if any of the data within this book relates to the breast attraction. Take time to search within your own mind and self. It's important to be exceptionally clear thinking, especially when we are aroused. It's when we are trapped that we can take a good look at how we are trapped. So, in order for you to examine a trap and figure out how it works, you need to be in touch with it somehow. So, let's say you are trapped. Well, now you're in touch with the trap because you are trapped. You're in touch with it. You can figure out possibly from inside how this trap works. So, traps of the mind are not openly available every time for you to investigate. Only when you're trapped, I shouldn't say only, but when your mind is trapped, now you're in the midst of the mind trap, and that's a good time for you to figure out how are you trapped, because you're facing the trap right there and there. You can examine it mentally. All right, so it is when we are trapped. It is when we are trapped that we can take a good look at how we are trapped. This is true because at the moment that a person is trapped, they are in the midst of the entrapment. From this central position, one can perceive many of the inner workings of how they are trapped. Since the entrapment occurs really in the mind, one must be really aware of one's own thought process to determine what phenomenon on the outside is influencing the mind on the inside. Is influencing the mind on the inside, and in what way? Ask yourself questions like, what am I specifically attracted to? What am I specifically looking at? Why am I looking at that? What do I want? Why do I want it? The following insight, which is number 87, will provide an example for you. Now here I have a reminder. Remember to follow each question with long periods of silence. So when you ask yourself, what am I specifically attracted to? When you're looking at the breast, what am I specifically attracted to? You gotta be silent after it and really ask the question to yourself and really search for the answer. Silence and silent contemplation ought to be used for each and every insight, and for each and every sentence, thought, or idea within this document. So, silence and silent contemplation ought to be used for each and every insight, for each and every sentence, for each and every thought, for each and every idea within this document. I believe that I made that abundantly clear, meaning very clear in the beginning. There is no point if you were to ask a question and did not listen for a response. This is when you're asking it from yourself. There will be no point in asking something of oneself and proceed with reading, instead of delving and diving deep into oneself to search and discover one's internal thoughts. There is no point in reading an insight without understanding its meaning and depths. There is no point to understanding an insight, but not taking the time to identify such knowledge within one's own life. There is no point to identifying the knowledge within one's life without the diligent practice of applying the knowledge of liberation, of freeing oneself. So you need to learn about this stuff, question the hell out of it so you really understand it. Now you really understand it. See that happen in actual life. Oh, now the knowledge is real to you. No more theory here. It's real to you. Innumerable circumstances, you see that knowledge working. Now you're solidly grounded in the info. Real to you on so many levels. You really understand it inside out, upside down, left and right, wherever, then, when you know it, and it's real to you, you understand it, and you see it for real. You understand it that clearly, so it's real to you. Then you start to apply it to your life. You need to practice applying it to your life, so that you become perfect at it.